Hey guys, our decline here, average picker. So we are going to attempt to get through Bearsback's challenge lock. Again, so this is our second big attempt on this lock. We'll see what we can get. It's kind of crazy because earlier I had no locks and lots of time, and isn't this just how the way it goes? Now I've got much less time and got some locks. so yeah, the videos, if they've been a little sporadic, that's kind of been why. We'll see what we can do here. Sorry, if I get a little quiet, kind of concentrating. It's a tight keyway to get these really clean lifts on. And it feels like there's just a lot of spool elements going on in here that I just keep getting hung up on. Pin 1 sets incredibly high, it seems like. And so there's a lot of going back and forth. It's hard to tell if I've got it up there or and it's just dropping back down in a lot of cases. But yeah, you just have to get these really clean lifts on this thing. There we go. Bearsback. I thought you were going to kick my ass a second time. That felt much cleaner and crisper. Oh, I'm happy with that. Oh, yes. Yeah, there we go. I do have a key around here somewhere. Let's check it out. Oh, let's see. I've not really looked at the key. It's not mummified, but I've kind of kept it out of view. But yeah, look at that. I'm a terrible raker, but I do wonder if this is susceptible some to raking. But also, I don't know, with some of these crazy keyways, when it's cut down into that bit, I'm not really sure how to read that. I know it's deeper than, the stuff up here, but I don't know if that's an excessive low, just because of the way the keyways are done. It's one of those things I haven't really picked up on, but well, of course it works. Okay, screwdriver. Oh, is that thing out in the car? We got this one. Yeah. I gotta set up and be more prepared for this stuff. So this is the Bearsback number 12. I was really not expecting to get an open on it. Though some of the time I've had, like last night, I was going to try to do this one on video last night. And I thought, no, you know what? I should sit down with some other locks and try to get back into a picking groove a little bit. I was kind of part of me looked at that lock and thought maybe it could be a 6-pin, and I was just counting wrong, but no, it's a 5. Oh man, a standard in 5, standard in 4. This is going to just embarrass me, isn't it? Oh, nice little pin and pin on 3. Okay, I'm feeling better now. There's a pin in there. You didn't just and standards in 1 and 2. Well, you didn't just kick my ass earlier with all standards across there. Let's see what we got going on upstairs. Lots of serrations. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting on one. Oh, come on. Yeah, deep spool on 2. That spool definitely shines through, I can tell you that. Little tiny serrated guy on 4. That one, that's a bit of a surprise. What do we got here? Or I mean on 3, sorry. 4 is a serrated kind of T element to it, which I thought there might be something sort of ish like that in there. And oh man, 5 is awesome. I think it's that way. I might have to double check that. And it looks like we got a mix of springs in there. Let's see if we got anything going on upstairs. Pull that guy out. Doesn't seem like it. That doesn't look tampered with. And we've got threading in chambers 1 and chambers 4. So let's get the camera flipped around and take a look at this. I like it. Okay, so if we look here, you can see we got really nice threading on 1 and 4, and the rest of the chambers are left standard. And then downstairs, got just pretty much all standard pins across there, except for this guy. And this explains a little bit of the oddity behavior. So this was my first open on this lock. So I had the video the other night. We went, what, 10, 12 minutes? And then I guess I did another 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes on it last night before I decided, no, let's not try to pick it on camera. And then I snuck in, I think, maybe another 5 minutes on it earlier today. I found myself jumping picks on it a lot. And I thought, no, you know what, let's come up with one pick and stick to it. And so we were using a pretty steep one. But there we go, that's a really nice little pin, dude. I like it. But look what's going on upstairs. So here's our number 1. So just really nice serrations in there. That was pretty much what we were feeling. Deep spool. Now I will say, I was kind of expecting there to be 2 of these in there. But the reason I was expecting 2 of these to be in there may have been because of this guy. So he may have been dropping down and giving that other spool-like feedback that I kept kind of getting. But he's just paired up with this little guy. Nice little serrated pin. And there was kind of an incremental step, and so that would have been this guy. As you come off from there down to that one, you just kind of nudge his way down there. I'm quite excited to get this picked. This was not... Okay, so I'm pretty sure this guy was orientated this way. He does have that little tiny nub on there. But I'm pretty sure he was in that way. 99.9% sure. That is a neat little pin. Man, I like that. Let's see how much of that would have been interacting there. We've got a few minutes here. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Completely down in there. all of him working away. We'll just go ahead and load them all up. Let's see what we get. I'm guessing these are all going to sit fairly deep. Just judging from that key. But okay, yeah, look how far down that spool is. Again, all of that spool just working away. But that explains some of that really deep false. It wasn't, I guess I shouldn't say it was really deep false, but it was a pretty deep one. It was a little above standard. But just having trouble clearing that. If you watch the original video, I mean, we got it into a false, and then just trying to find the pin that was going to lift out of that. So, I'm willing to say there was probably a little bit of luck on my part on that last pick. Yeah, so there we go. So Bearsback, man, that is a nice little lock, man. There's not a lot of crazy trickery on it. It's just good, solid, some good, solid pinning on there. Which, yeah, I always like that. I appreciate some really neat kind of craziness in a lock, but I like when it's just kept kind of basic. I don't mean that to say, oh, these are basic pins. I mean, that pin is very cool. They all are, but there's just, it's not trying to rely on a gimmick. This is just good, solid pinning. Though I do wonder, I'm not much of a raker. I do wonder if it was susceptible to raking because of those cuts. But I gave it in one of those 2-minute kind of, let me see if it's clamped up. I thought, let me run a rake through. But I'm not a really good raker. And honestly, that keyway is pretty restrictive for rakes. That's not my thing. I don't know if you'll ever really see me raking on video. But there we go. Bearsback, man, that was an awesome little lock. Yeah, I might have to go back and try that one a couple more times. That pin and pin, I feel like was really effective because I felt like there was 2 of these in there. I was pretty sure I was dealing with 2 of these. I was not expecting that element to it, but that was definitely kicking in and working. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, Bearsback, man, thanks. I'm glad I got through this lock and it didn't just beat me into the ground. All right, guys. Anyway, I've got cats jumping all around me. You guys have a good one. All right.